is News 3 Now at 10.
First tonight, some breaking news. UW Athletic Director Barry Alvarez has fired Jonathan Sithus after 5 seasons as the Badger women's basketball head coach after a blowout conference tournament loss capped off a 5-19 season. Alvarez said, quote, "I appreciate Coach Sithus's efforts during his 5 years with us, but we feel it's time for a new direction for our women's basketball program." Sports Director Zach Hanley will have more on this story coming up in sports. Next at 10, Unity Point Health Meritor nurses are pushing for change in their contracts, including more protections against the pandemic.
If push comes to shove, they say they'll give a 10-day notice for a strike. Madeline O'Neill is live at Meritor Hospital, where nurses voiced their concerns to the public this afternoon. Maddie, what are they hoping for?
Well, demands include higher pay if nurses pick up shifts, more sick days and paid time off, and a raise after a year that's been like no other for healthcare workers.
2020 certainly was one heck of a year.
After a year full of change.
Nurses have never seen sicker patients in their entire lifetime.
Nurses at Unity Point Health Meritor are asking for some change of their own.
We've earned a decent raise, and that's what we're asking for.
That's not all.
We need sick time. We need to be able to take care of ourselves. We need to be able to take care of our families. We've also, another thing that we're working on is incentive pay. When there are extra shifts and we're asked to come in on our days off and to rearrange our schedules and our obligations, we're asking for that fair compensation.
Nurses are represented by SEIU Healthcare Wisconsin, the state's largest healthcare workers union. Unity Point Health Meritor tells us they believe their most recent proposal to SEIU is strong and fair, already having reached agreement on nearly 30 issues. The hospital says they're surprised nurses voted to authorize a 10-day notice strike.
It is not something that we want to do. It's not something that we're going to take very lightly, but it is something that is frankly an option if we absolutely have to.
In a statement, Meritor writes, quote, "The bargaining process is not without challenges, but we have always worked collaboratively to reach solutions without a disruption to patient care." Nurses say the disruption brought by the pandemic.
We have not felt like we've been treated like heroes throughout the year.
Has uncovered broad issues that need addressing.
We're not the only nurses in town. We're not the only nurses in the state. And there are a lot of issues that have been raised with this pandemic that I think a lot of people need to realize what's going on.
Some UW health nurses were at the press conference earlier today to show their support as well. Now, bargaining with the help of a federal mediator starts back up again tomorrow.
Maddie O'Neill live at Meritor. Maddie, thank you. A 31-year-old Chicago woman is dead after a crash this afternoon. This was on the interstate in Columbia County. 8 others were injured. The State Patrol says this single vehicle crash happened in the northbound interstate. This was near Poinet at 2:43 this afternoon, about 25 miles north of the Beltline exit. The Sheriff's Department says the Acura MDX SUV with 10 people inside left the roadway, went into a ditch, flipping several times. They say multiple people were thrown from the vehicle, including unrestrained children. Now, of the 10 people in the vehicle, only one, a 1-month-old boy, avoided injury. In addition to the fatality, the other 8 suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The interstate was closed for a couple of hours, but reopened before 6 this evening.
Let's get a look at our first warn forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Boy, it was another nice day today. Temperatures were above the 60-degree mark for most of southern Wisconsin, and tomorrow will probably do the same. The time-lapse from the WIC Skycam shows a little bit of cloud cover early this morning, but that gave way to bright sunshine for much of the day today. And while skies will start turning cloudy tonight, still skies are generally clear as we headed into the evening hours. Low temperatures this morning right around 30 degrees here in Madison. We were right at 30. A couple of places in the 20s to the north of town. Look at these high temperatures. 64 in Janesville, 68 in Boscobel, and 69 degrees in La Crosse. Temperatures right now are still well into the 50s. We're at 53 in Madison, 57 degrees in Janesville. Temperatures even in the coolest spots are in the middle 40s to lower 50s. And we've got rain on the way, probably around a quarter to a half inch of rain over much of southern Wisconsin from late tonight through tomorrow morning, or through tomorrow and into tomorrow evening. The day planner shows temperatures starting out around 50 tomorrow morning. We'll see some showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm at times. Tomorrow's high temperature topping out at 61 degrees. Look for temperatures to be a little cooler for Thursday and Friday, but still not bad for this time of year. Of the full forecast in just a few minutes.
Wisconsin's 7-day average of COVID-19 cases is back on the rise. The state reported 463 new cases this afternoon. It comes just a day after the state reported fewer than 200 cases. 29 more people have died. 18,000 more people received a shot of the vaccine in the past 24 hours. 10.5% of Wisconsin's population is fully vaccinated. That's more than 613,000 people. Nearly 19% of the state has at least one shot.
And today was the first day Madison educators were able to get vaccinated at Alliant Energy Center. Appointments are available through Sunday with about 2,000 slots still available for educators. Public Health says it's a huge milestone that'll hopefully make a big dent in the number of people in the state we still need to vaccinate. To help make this process as smooth as possible, COVID testing that was once happening in the building has now been moved over to the Coliseum. Hundreds of educators also vaccinated today in Sauk County. SSM Health setting up a vaccination clinic at Baraboo High School. Teachers and staff from Baraboo, Wisconsin Dells, and Lodi are all receiving the vaccine there. Health officials say their goal for today was to vaccinate roughly 800 educators.
All Wisconsin veterans enrolled in the VA are now eligible to get their shots. According to a news release, all veterans can schedule appointments for vaccine clinics held at the main hospital in Madison, as well as clinics in Baraboo, Beaver Dam, and Janesville. And a reminder, Dane County's emergency order number 14 goes into effect at midnight. One of the biggest changes, it will allow restaurants to increase capacity limits from 25 to 50%. Distancing and masking requirements will stay in place for now. We have more details on what the order entails on channel3000.com. Walgreens today says they've administered about 5 million vaccines in stores, clinics, and long-term facilities. The company says it is close to completing its long-term care facilities vaccination plan and is branching out. The pharmacy chain is working with the Biden White House and the CDC to get shots for teachers, child care workers, and other related personnel.
New data has found women tend to report more adverse side effects to COVID-19 vaccine than men do. It's according to the CDC and the Food and Drug Administration. Now, of the side effects reported, about 79% of those were in women. Part of the reason could be more women receive the vaccine, but it also could be biological. A CDC researcher says studies suggest women have higher antibody responses. Governor Evers toured a new vaccination clinic today in La Crosse on its opening day. It's located at UW La Crosse's Cleary Alumni Center and is currently only the second community vaccination site in Wisconsin. The clinic is a collaboration between the Wisconsin Department of Health Services and the UW system, as well as the La Crosse County Health Department.
The communities that are taking these on and the counties that are taking these on, the great cooperation and the collaboration, working with vaccinators across the state, starting small, ramping up, just like they are in Rock County, just as they're going to be doing here, as supplies allow. And great progress is being made across the state of Wisconsin.
And President Biden left the White House to draw attention to the need for more COVID economic relief. He visited an historic Washington, D.C. hardware store to hear from small business owners who have benefited from the Paycheck Protection Program. The president says his administration will continue to prioritize small businesses hit hard by the pandemic.
The president and administration officials are also keeping the focus on what happens on Capitol Hill, where the House is taking up the Senate version of his $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan. House Democrats say they are confident they have the votes for final passage, which could come tomorrow.
It's a remarkable, historic, transformative piece of legislation, which goes a very long way to crushing the virus.
House will be in order.
So far, not one Republican has voted in favor of the measure as the bill worked its way through Congress. If passed, the White House says millions of Americans could begin to receive direct stimulus payments by the end of the month.
Next at 10, jury selection got underway today in the trial of the former Minneapolis police officer charged in George Floyd's death. Michael George has the very latest from the Hennepin County Courthouse.
Juror 19, you will serve on this jury.
A Minneapolis court moved forward with seating jurors in Derek Chauvin's murder trial as attorneys raised concerns about some candidates already having knowledge of the case.
We are humans, you know, and he said, hey, I can breathe. He was on top on him.
I don't really trust law enforcement like that. I just feel a little bit intimidated when they come around.
Hennepin County District Judge Peter Cahill allowed several jurors to be struck, including one with martial arts experience.
Yes, for the record, the defense has made its preparatory challenge now, and it's the second person of color in the jury pool.
His statements that he would be willing to re-examine the evidence struck me as insincere.
Chauvin, a former Minneapolis police officer, stands accused of second-degree murder and manslaughter after he was seen pressing his knee on George Floyd's neck for about 9 minutes last May. And it's still unclear whether a third-degree murder charge will be added. Selection of the 14 jurors in the case could take at least 3 weeks. In the meantime, authorities here in Minneapolis have barricaded the courthouse and other parts of the city, fearing protests against police brutality. Marcia Howard is a teacher and retired Marine.
We have always been disenfranchised, over-policed, over-criminalized, over-promised, and under-delivered.
The defense is expected to argue Floyd died of a drug overdose rather than from the officer's knee on his neck. If convicted, Chauvin faces up to 40 years in prison. Michael George, CBS News, Minneapolis.
And the court is in recess until tomorrow morning.
Today, the FBI released new security footage of a suspect placing pipe bombs outside the RNC and DNC headquarters the night before the Capitol riot. Authorities are still seeking information about the unidentified person in the video. The FBI has said the bombs were planted the night before the January 6th insurrection. The FBI and ATF are offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. In a court filing, the Justice Department says the founder of the right-wing paramilitary group, the Oath Keepers, directed Capitol rioters on and before January 6th. The DOJ says Stewart Rhodes was giving directions to extremists before and during the Capitol riots. The filing cites communications from Rhodes and regional Oath Keepers leaders, but so far authorities have not charged him.
And new tonight, about half of the nearly 5,000 National Guard troops will soon end security detail around the U.S. Capitol. According to a Defense Department spokesperson, more than 2,200 National Guardsmen will remain on duty through May 23rd. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin approved that request. Longtime network newsman Roger Mudd has passed away after complications of kidney failure. During more than 30 years on network television, starting with CBS back in 1961, Mudd covered Congress, elections, and political conventions, and was a frequent anchor and contributor to various specials. Besides work at CBS, he also worked at NBC, did stints on PBS and the History Channel. Roger Mudd was 93 years old.
Still to come tonight, Gary will let us know if the spring-like weather will be sticking around much longer. But first, see where Wisconsin landed this year in the annual Best States to Live report. Stay with us.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Havish, Havish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams.
American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
Who really has the best beef? Meet the facts. Fact. Hy-Vee's standards are so high, their cattle have to be hand-selected. And only 6 out of 100 cattle are even good enough to be called Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Only 6 out of 100. Makes you wonder who's buying the other 94 and selling that beef to their customers. Get the facts at meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
That's not bacon.
It's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
The iconic Chula Vista Resort, Wisconsin's most complete resort experience. 80,000 square feet of indoor water park fun. Loads of other fun kids love. Hundreds of completely renovated rooms. Take a break at the iconic Chula Vista Resort.
Wednesday morning, tune in to find out where Josh is having some fun in the 608.
Plus, what grocery stores are offering their employees as incentives to get vaccinated. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Bike Week 2021 is drawing a major crowd in Florida despite the pandemic. The annual event in Daytona Beach is expected to see more than 300,000 motorcycle enthusiasts, according to the Daytona Chamber of Commerce. Local leaders thought about canceling Bike Week, but eventually decided against that. Bike Week started last Friday. It'll end this coming Sunday. Journalist and TV presenter Piers Morgan has left broadcaster ITV today after long-running criticism of Prince Harry's wife Meghan that reached a boiling point after the royal couple's interview with Oprah Winfrey. Morgan has said the couple had damaged the royal family and sought publicity on their own terms without accepting the responsibility and scrutiny that comes with the job and walked off the set. Britain's media regulator launched a probe into yesterday's episode of Good Morning Britain after receiving more than 41,000 complaints about comments made by Morgan on the show. The interview also has now triggered a response from Buckingham Palace. In a statement, palace officials said, quote, "The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately." The monarchy is responding to Prince Harry and Meghan's claims of racism after the couple told Oprah someone in the royal family was concerned what color their baby's skin would be when it was born.
A new honor for former First Lady Michelle Obama. She is being inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame this year. In a statement, the organization called the former First Lady one of the most influential and iconic women of the 21st century. She will be inducted into the Hall of Fame during the biennial induction ceremony in Seneca Falls, New York on October 2nd. Mrs. Obama is among 9 inductees who are a part of the class of 2021. And new tonight, Kia is issuing a recall for nearly 380,000 Sportage SUVs and Cadenza sedans due to a problem that could cause them to catch fire. Until the problem has been fixed, Kia and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration are warning owners to keep the vehicles parked outside and away from their homes and other buildings or vehicles to prevent any possible fire from spreading. The recall applies to some model year 2017 through 2021 Sportages and 2017 through 2019 Cadenzas that are not equipped with smart cruise control. U.S. News and World Report is out with its 2021 rankings of best states, and the winner is the state of Washington. Wisconsin came in 8th place this year. The rankings are based on several criteria, including infrastructure, education, economy, fiscal stability, and health care. Minnesota took 2nd place, and Utah is 3rd. New Hampshire and Idaho rounded out the top 10, and at the bottom of the list, New Mexico, Mississippi, and Louisiana.
Well, after a couple of days of warm weather out there, maybe we get one more and a little rain to wash all the grime off the streets after all this snow melting, Gary.
Too bad they didn't do that survey when the weather is like this. It would make probably a bigger difference in our ranking, because the weather across Wisconsin has been really nice over the last couple of days. Very little snow cover remains, mainly in the far northern parts of the state. Again, there still are piles of snow here where it was piled up mainly by the snow plows and shoveling, but just about all the rest of the ground is generally bare of snow. High temperatures today, mid-50s in northern Wisconsin, 60s as far north as Superior. Madison was at 61, La Crosse almost at 70, and you can see the 70s are really not that far to our south and west. Moline, Iowa City, Des Moines, Iowa, Fort Dodge all hit the 70-degree mark, and tomorrow look for temperatures to be in the lower 60s. We'd be warmer than that had it not been for the cloud cover that we're expecting for tomorrow. So expect 60s for one more day tomorrow, then late tonight into tomorrow, and tomorrow evening we'll see some showers, maybe a few isolated thunderstorms. Dry weather returns from Thursday through Sunday of this weekend. As far as precipitation is concerned, doesn't look like we'll see a lot of it. The heavier totals will be to the north and west into parts of northwestern Wisconsin, Minnesota. Some of this will be in the form of snow up into parts of northeastern Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin where winter storm watches are in effect. But southern Wisconsin, most areas will probably see around 1/4 inch of rain. There could be a few places that see a little bit more if you get a heavier shower or thunderstorm. But right now, still no precipitation around us. There is rain just to the south of the Iowa-Missouri state line that's moving northeast, and that will be here later on tonight. Tomorrow, there's a severe weather threat from Kansas City down toward Wichita. Slight risk of severe thunderstorms there and a marginal risk almost up to the Iowa state line. We're not expecting any severe weather here, but it's that time of year whenever you have thunderstorms in the forecast, we've got to keep a weather eye to the sky. High temperatures today, 60s in our part of the Midwest, a large area of 70s. Yes, North Platte, Nebraska hit 81 degrees today. And as we check out Weather Track, that southwesterly wind flow is continuing, but notice now colder weather starting to change rain to snow over parts of Wyoming into western portions of Colorado. So as this storm system moves northeastward, eventually it'll start tugging some colder air down, and behind those cold fronts, there's two of them, one to the northwest that'll come through probably tomorrow evening, a second one that will probably drop in sometime on Friday. South of that, those temperatures are still very mild right now, well into the 50s even at this hour. So for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 61 degrees, but we'll see some showers and isolated thunderstorms. It'll also be windy during the day. Future track beginning early tomorrow morning. You can see the first batch of showers and thunderstorms coming through. Notice not an all-day rain tomorrow. Then another batch probably in the evening hours right along the cold front. By early morning, temperatures drop into the lower 40s, and then we'll be back up into the around 50 degrees or so in the afternoon. Rainfall amounts, again, around 1/4 inch. 7 to 10 day forecast, 48 for high Friday, 42 Saturday. Notice the cooler temperatures in the next week, some rain showers on Monday, maybe starting as a mix of rain and snow Sunday night, and a mix of rain and snow possible on Thursday of next week, with high temperatures dropping back into the upper 30s. We're not going to be in the 80s yet, but, you know, it's nice to at least see them on the map.
Yeah, we got spoiled a little bit these last few days. Gary, thank you. Just ahead in sports, it was Pro Day. UW Whitewater, how the star of the Senior Bowl did in his own backyard in front of NFL scouts. Zach's in next with sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hey, there's a new cow in town, Whisk-Cow. Crazy good pizza, wings, and custom-made mac and cheese from a new virtual kitchen and your friends at Monk's Bar and Grill. For takeout or delivery, 7 days a week. Order the goodness today at whiskcowpizza.com.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting. Come check out Menard's great selection of interior lighting and brighten your home today. Patriot Lighting collections come in unique styles and finishes to help give your home a fresh, updated look. Save today on your new lights with 11% off all Patriot Lighting interior collections. Give your home the update it deserves. Choose from more than 7,000 lighting options. Right now on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
It all starts with an invitation to experience Lexus. To see how we put you first. To know a car company is inspired by people, not just machines. What starts with an invitation becomes an experience. Visit Lexus in person or online for exceptional offers. Now through March 31st. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Oh, it's cold outside, but you can warm up your winter with a sweet deal from Madison Magazine. Get a 2-year subscription for only $19.95, and we'll send you a free limited edition Oak mug, a $5 gift card, and gourmet hot cocoa from Madison's own Infusion Chocolates. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Go to MadisonMagazine.com and enter OPE21 to receive this amazing deal today, only from Madison Magazine.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopco Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopco Optical. You'll see. Enjoy our lowest price of the season with 40% off a complete pair of glasses.
Just saying the word spring. At Madison Lighting, it's a fresh new season. The showroom is filled with the best in lighting trends. They make adding light at your house easy. Update your home instantly with welcoming light in the entryway. Give your kitchen some love with more light. Ask the experts at Madison Lighting to show you how to shine some light at your house. Visit the showroom on Watts Road, Madison, or shop online with free shipping. Madison Lighting. Light changes everything.
Hey, there's a new cow in town, Whiskow. Crazy good pizza, wings, and custom-made mac and cheese from a new virtual kitchen and your friends at Monk's Barn Grill. For takeout or delivery, 7 days a week. Order the goodness today at whiskowpizza.com.
Jonathan Sithus is out as Wisconsin's women's head basketball coach, not even 4 hours after the team's season came to an end in the Big Ten tournament. In 5 years leading the Badgers, Sithus went 50-99, never winning more than 4 Big Ten games in a season. This year, UW finished 5-19, their worst finish since the 1987-88 season. After a disappointing end to the regular season, Wisconsin now has a clean slate. Their record is 0-0 because on Thursday, a new season begins for the Badgers. UW will tip off the Big Ten tournament against either Nebraska or Penn State. And even though they've lost 6 of their last 8 games, they're heading to Indy confident that they can make some noise in March.
You don't really have any pressure going into the postseason. You've worked your way to get to where you are, and we worked our way to get to a 6th seed. And I think that we have a pretty good draw, and I like our odds of where we stand. So I think that we're clicking at the right time, really, right now. Even though we've fallen short the last couple games or last few games, I think the team's head is in the right spot.
And speaking of Demetric Trice, the Wisconsin guard was named 3rd team All-Big Ten after a year where he led the team in scoring, assists, minutes, and made 3-pointers. Trice was the only Badger honored by the Big Ten Conference. Quinn Miners and the Gut burst onto the scene during the Senior Bowl, and the UW Whitewater offensive line lived up to the hype that week and opened up some eyes in the process. Today, he was back at it during his pro day at Perkins Stadium, and with 29 NFL teams watching, Miners ran a 4.9 40, had a vertical jump of 32 inches, and again had another impressive performance. But this time, it was in his own backyard.
It was really special, you know. In a normal year, you know, someone like me would go into the Badgers pro day, but it was really cool to be able to set up my own thing and have everybody come in, you know, in the Perkins Stadium, you know, like, you know, my home and, you know, where I've, you know, built my career here. So it was actually really special to have all that done here, and it meant a lot to me to be able to get that done.
And the Packers did not use the franchise tag to keep Aaron Jones in Green Bay, but that doesn't mean he's done with the green and gold just yet. The team has until Monday to work out a deal with the Pro Bowl running back before he hits the free agent market. Jones is coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons and has scored 35 touchdowns in his last 34 games. We're back after this.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. With great deals, get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Right now, save big with a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Camry. To learn more, visit Toyota.com.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
The spring, Easter eggs and hanging out, that's our family's thing. Our house, we shop Hy-Vee. There's everything we need and more for game watching, you'll see. Our house, in the middle of our street. Our house,
Working in my family's supper clubs, this is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
So much time at home. I need new furniture.
Dylan, it's Slumberland's Build Your Room sale. Look what you can get for just $20, $30, or $40 a month. How about a dining room for just $20 a month?
I'm more of a pizza in front of the TV kind of guy. Recliners. I've always wanted a couple of those.
How about two of these for just $30 a month when you spent $1,800 and pay no interest for 5 years?
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And we go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Average high temperature is around 40. Take a look where these readings are right now. Middle to upper 50s through most of southern Wisconsin. These temperatures only fall a few more degrees. We are expecting some rain later tonight and tomorrow. Not a lot. There could be some isolated thunderstorms mixed in. Look for temperatures to start out around 50 tomorrow morning. Look for a high of 61 and might even have to boost that up a little bit for tomorrow. 63 might be a possibility, and the record high for tomorrow is 66. But we'll see more seasonable temperatures for the end of the week and then cooler weather for next week with some rain and snow chances.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us at 10.
We'll see you back here tomorrow.